Well, that was some NXT episode. Jeez, that was, wow. I don't even know where to begin. Well, NXT tonight, January 29th, 2020. This is your fallout show, I guess, from Worlds Collide, and another show on the road to Takeover Portland, which on paper at the moment looks absolutely incredible after tonight. This NXT episode, as I mentioned in the Dynamite review, I watched Dynamite and this show side by side. And as I said in that review, Dynamite for the first 40 minutes was much better than NXT. NXT first 40 minutes tonight was not great. The Finn Balor Trent Seven stuff I didn't love. I'll get into that later. But as soon as Keith Lee came out, this show took a turn for the better. Keith Lee came out, the crowd was so into him, singing along to his, basking in his glory, that kind of stuff, chanting for Keith Lee. They did Dijakovic, Damian Priest. Then we opened the second hour with the Tommaso Ciampa, Adam Cole, that kind of, announcement for TakeOver. That was sick. That segment was so good. The stuff with Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox, that was everything it needed to be. Just a quick little fight, a war, that was great. Chelsea Green stuff, that was really good. I was entertained by it. And then the main event, that was some main event. That got given plenty of time. Like the Dusty Classic, that got literally 25 minutes, that tag match. I can't wait to talk about that later on. That match, as you can see on screen, Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle, the Broserweights, taking on Grizzled Young Veterans. There's Zach Gibson, James Drake, just, oh my god, what a tag team match. What a tag team match. That was how you do tag team wrestling, and that was just truly special. Like, oh my god, by far the best match of the Dusty Tag Cup. That was something else. The way they paced the match, it was so great. Anyway, this NXT episode for tonight really furthered the build for TakeOver Portland in the best way possible. Really, I was a big fan of everything they did tonight. I was really entertained by it. Just the way they built TakeOver Portland. I think we're getting Lee Dijakovic at TakeOver Portland, I believe, after what we saw tonight, but we'll see. Anyway, let's just get into this show. So we get a recap of Worlds Collide to open the show. Afterwards, our NXT commentators are showing, so Nigel McGuinness, Mauro Ranallo, and Beth Phoenix. Beth Phoenix is clearly very emotional after what happened to Edge, her husband, on Raw, which it was great they're playing that up here. She was pretty much crying just about in this little open, so that was really good. Good emotion, good selling of what happened, because it's her real-life husband. This is a really serious thing. He could have been killed by Orton, so that was great. From here, we open with Finn Balor versus Trent Seven. Now, this whole thing started because randomly yesterday, Finn Balor assaults Trent Seven in a WWE.com exclusive. Finn Balor assaults Trent Seven as Trent Seven's getting into his car. He slams him at the car door. So that was what caused all this, which, I didn't really get why this was happening. Why was Finn Balor attacking Trent Seven? I don't know. I get kind of, because after what happened with Balor and Gargano, after the Worlds Collide matches, they had a brawl and Trent Seven got involved, but was this really required? I don't know. Trent Seven, I didn't really get behind Trent Seven. He doesn't look like a pro wrestler. He's just some out of shape guy. I don't care if he can put on great matches. Everyone can put on great matches nowadays. It's about, captivating characters. So Trent Seven grabbing his moustache doesn't really captivate me, but anyway, for what we got, it was fine. So we get Trent Seven coming out. Finn Balor came out first, got a good reaction, and then Trent Seven made his entrance. Alright, Balor, this whole match, the way they worked it got 15 minutes. It was just Balor assaulting Trent Seven for 13 minutes, just beating him up, around ringside. Balor took Trent Seven, he laid him across the ringside barricade and, drop kicked him, worked him over into the ring post, in the ring. Balor was just kicking him, striking him, hitting moves on him, just absolutely dominating. Finn Balor just absolutely controlled the match against Trent Seven. Trent Seven, he got a bit of offense in. We went to a picture-in-picture commercial, following a Balor sling blade. Balor just controlling Seven. From the break, the crowd was really into Trent Seven as he made a comeback. Seven hit some big chops, a snap half Nelson suplex, a big lariat, and more for a near fall. Seven hit a big suicide dive onto Balor. The crowd absolutely erupted for that. Balor blocked an aerial move by Seven. Balor then did his shotgun dropkick and a coup de grace for the pinfall victory. Afterwards, Balor said that when he come to the Prince, you better not miss, so that's his new catchphrase. I like it. It's cool. Good stuff. So that was our opening match for NXT. It was an alright match. It was good. It did its job. I thought the AEW opening segment was much better than this, but it was a good match. It wasn't that bad. So from here we move on. The Broserweights backstage. This is great. Matt Riddle hilariously says that he can see the love and care in Pete Dunne's eyes as Pete Dunne is literally standing there emotionless. It was hilarious. Matt Riddle is fantastic. Dunne says that tonight's his chance to win the Dusty Classic and he can't wait. Riddle says that when they win and celebrate, everyone will see that Pete Dunne is really the life of the party. That got some great laughs out of Full Sail. Matt Riddle is just amazing. That stuff with Brock Lesnar at the Rumble, by the way, whether that's a work or not, I think that's hilarious. Matt Riddle and Brock got in a heated argument. Well, Brock instigated the anger or whatever. There's plenty of news about that. Matt Riddle pissed off Brock Lesnar, basically. Is it kayfabe? Is it a work? Is it not? I don't really know. Then we get a recap of Dakota Kai turning on Tegan Nox. We go to a commercial. Afterwards, we get Shotzi Blackheart versus Deonna Purrazzo. Shotzi makes her entrance. She's on this mini cannon. There's a bit of smoke. She comes down. It's very distinctive, kind of goofy. I like it. It's something different. She stands out in the crowd, which is what you want in NXT. You don't want to just be run-of-the-mill, vanilla, bland. So Shotzi Blackheart stands out. Shotzi was fairly over the Full Sail here. Deonna was in control for much of the match, clotheslining Shotzi down, dominating the pace. Shotzi then hit a swinging neckbreaker, running bulldog, some strikes, and other offense. In the end, Shotzi got the win. Good stuff. Shotzi Blackheart getting another victory. She had the loss to Shayna Baszler, gets the win here. Good stuff. I mean, she nearly eliminated Shayna in the Rumble, but ended up getting tossed out. Shotzi Blackheart gets the win. From here, we get a recap of Keith Lee winning the North American Championship last week, and then a recap of Worlds Collide. So, after this, the show of NXT really it took off from here. This was the 40-minute mark where the shows switched as far as what I was more into, because at the start of the night, I was more into AEW, and then after this Keith Lee segment, NXT just took off, and AEW just couldn't catch them. So, Keith Lee comes out, NXT North American Champion, the crowd's singing along, basking in his glory. Keith Lee's conducting the crowd. He gets in the ring. The crowd's just still singing for Keith Lee. He's still conducting them. This was awesome. Keith Lee was taking the crowd for a minute or two, which is great stuff. Lee says that he's a moment maker, a prophecy ender, a game changer. The crowd's eating this up. Lee says that, when he spoke to the Undisputed Era, and he said that which championship does he want first, so he's implying that he wants to win the NXT Championship. And then Damian Priest's music hits. And I was like, okay, interesting. Priest comes down and says that he really likes taking things and usually gets what he wants because he's Damian Priest. Then Priest says he wants the NXT North American Championship. From here we get Dominik Dijakovic storming down and congratulating Keith Lee. Dijakovic calls Priest a bootleg Marilyn Manson, which Damian Priest was like, what do you call me? So Priest and Dijakovic get in each other's face. They're really heated. This leads to a referee running down. The match is made for just then. So this Lee Dijakovic Priest segment was really good. Crowd engagement. The people in it, just really big fan of it. So from here we go, Dominik Dijakovic against Damian Priest. This was everything it needed to be. It was fast paced. The cardio of these guys must have gotten worn out. This was just non-stop, high spot. Just outstanding. I'd love to see a triple threat match with Dijakovic, Priest, and Lee. I think that if they go with that for TakeOver Portland, that'd be sick. Hopefully they do. Pretty much, this match, before a mid-match commercial, not even mid-match, but the start of the match, we got a commercial, before which we got a minute of action. Dijakovic did some big discus elbow strikes to Priest in the corner, and then at ringside, Priest hit a crucifix bomb to Dijakovic on the apron. That made the crowd go, oh my god. So we went to commercial. After the break, we got a bell clap from Priest, and from here we got some Please Don't Die chants and a big lariat from Priest to Dijakovic. Priest hit a flatliner on Dijakovic. Dijakovic then delivered a big choke bomb for a near fall. Priest went to ringside. Dijakovic then hit a sick suicide dive onto Priest. Priest chokeslammed Dijakovic off the top rope to the mat. That was sick. Both guys attempted spinning kicks at the same time, but they both clocked each other, so nothing came of it. Priest hit a poison run on Dijakovic for a near fall. That should have been the end of the match. A poison runner from Priest to Dijakovic. That move can break in. I hate the poison runner. I hate that move. Anyway, Dijakovic hit Priest with a choke bomb in the end. 1, 2, 3. So Dominik Dijakovic beats Damian Priest. That made me think we'll get Dijakovic Lee at TakeOver, but getting Damian Priest in that match can't hurt. We've seen Dijakovic and Lee so many times, so giving that match another dimension would be cool. I've always felt like this should be the North American title picture. Lee, Dijakovic, Priest, get Isaiah Swerve Scott in there, those kind of guys. So I'm happy that division's taking a direction like this, where Keith Lee's in this position. I think he'll be the champion for a little while until he moves up to the main roster. I think it's just great. From here, we get the Grizzled Young Veterans shown warming up. Then Tommaso Ciampa is interviewed. Ciampa says that in 2 weeks of TakeOver Portland, Goldie comes home, but tonight he makes sure of it. So we go to commercial. So that's the end of the first hour. NXT's really picked up at the end of that first hour. We begin the second hour. This was just epic. I love this segment so much. Pretty much Tommaso Ciampa, we begin the second hour. So we see Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong all laid out at Full Sail. They're on the ground looking lifeless. we see Tommaso Ciampa with like his shirt like ripped, and he's holding the pipe. He's looking all like amped up. So Tommaso Ciampa's just brutalized the Undisputed Era with a pipe. So you think to yourself, where's Adam Cole? So that's explained. Ciampa storms towards Full Sail, like towards the aisleway, grabs the table, drags it out on the aisleway, gets into the ring, sets the table up, spray paints a yellow or like a gold X on the table, which was great, puts a pen down on the table, and he says that, like, you know, Adam Cole, get out here, this is my match at TakeOver, I need to take back Goldie, cuts this quick promo, then the camera cuts to Adam Cole. Adam Cole, he just found out the Undisputed Era, his friends, or his confidants, they've been taken out by Tommaso Ciampa. Cole's like, who the hell did this? And then he storms towards the ring, and Ciampa's like, yeah, come on. So it's this really heated thing. Cole has a mic, he's like, who the hell do you think you are? What do you think you're doing to my friends, the Undisputed Era? So from here, Ciampa's like, take over Portland, that championship's mine, I'm taking back Goldie. Then William Regal rushes out with the contract and says that, Regal, so himself and Cole were just in his office sorting out the details for this match at NXT TakeOver Portland. Adam Cole apparently didn't care who he's facing, and now that Tommaso Ciampa sorted this, it looks like this will be the match. Adam Cole takes the contract and storms up the ramp. Then he gets in the ring, but first Adam Cole hits Ciampa in the head with the mic, so Ciampa's like busts open from the forehead, which that played out really well. So from here, Ciampa is getting beaten up for like a couple of moments, and then Ciampa powerbombs Cole through the table out of nowhere. Cole's laid out. He did a great sell job here. Ciampa gets a pen and goes to sign the contract. The crowd's chanting, use the blood, because Ciampa's like bleeding from the forehead. Ciampa wipes the blood, puts it all over the contract. So Adam Cole, Tommaso Ciampa's official for NXT TakeOver Portland, NXT Championship. That's going to be an incredible main event. I can't wait. Ciampa, Cole, Bala Gargano, Ripley versus Belair, maybe Lee, Dijakovic, Priest, maybe a Cruiserweight Championship match. Like, this show looks sick. TakeOver Portland should be amazing. I forgot to even mention, we got the Tag Team Championship match, the Undisputed Era, and the winners, the Dusty Cup, which I'll mention in a moment. So from here, that segment was awesome. From here, we go to Dakota Kai versus Tegan Nox. Nox comes out first, and before Kai comes out, we get footage of Nox being assaulted by Kai on the Titantron, so some mind games from Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai rushes down, they begin at ringside, beating each other up. Nox slams Kai face first into some production equipment. Nox and Kai brawl through the crowd. This was really good. Nox gets in the ring and breaks the count. Kai nails a wicked kick on Nox. Kai grabbed a steel chair but didn't use it here. Candice LeRae then rushes down, threatens to use the steel chair. Then Nox hits Kai with the knee brace and a Shining Wizard for a quick pinfall victory. So this was great. Just a fight, a messy ending so you can continue this feud. This went for like 4 minutes. It was all it needed to be. It didn't need to be 25 minutes. This gave plenty of time for the main event, and I loved how they did it. So Dakota Kai, Tegan Nox, this will continue. Tegan Nox gets the win here. I liked what they did. So from here we go to a singles match. Chelsea Green with Robert Stone, making an NXT TV debut against Kaden Carter. The debut for Chelsea Green here, accompanied to the ring by the Tony Khan lookalike. The match went a couple of minutes. In the end, I love how they had Kaden Carter win by a roll-up. It's about time she got a win. Like, Kaden Carter was being beaten down for a little bit, then she just rolled up Chelsea Green, 1, 2, 3. Kaden Carter gets the win. Chelsea Green was livid after this. She was pissed. Chelsea Green was so angry about it, so that was great to see. And then we move on to the main event. I loved how much time they gave this. This was just truly excellent. The Dusty Tag Team Classic Final for 2020. The Broserweights, Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne taking on the Grizzled Young Veterans. This was just, how they did this was beautiful. They gave this so much time. So basically, at an hour and 35 minutes into the show, we got the Broserweights and Grizzled Young Veterans making their entrances. At an hour 40 into the show, or thereabouts, we begin the match. And you know that, given how NXT does the overruns, this match is going 25 odd minutes, at least. This match is getting time. So, they begin the match. Pretty basic tag team wrestling. The first, half of this match was just, the crowd chanting for the Broserweights. The Broserweights, Matt Riddle, Pete Dunne, working together really well. Pretty much, just, this tag team match, if I wanted to describe everything that happened in it, I'd be here for literally 25 minutes. That much went down in this tag team match. Basically, the first couple of minutes of this match, before we got a first commercial, it was very kind of basic. Each team filling each other out, playing up the crowd, that kind of thing. Typical real tag team wrestling, it's Dusty Cup, that kind of thing. So we get the commercial goes to 3.5-ish minutes. We return, we get this 5 to 6 minute block of just awesome wrestling. Like, there was a spot where Riddle and Dunn get Drake and Gibson in, like, ankle locks respectively, and they're, like, trying to get them to tap out, and the crowd's going crazy, and you knew they wouldn't tap out, but it was just such a cool visual. And then you've got, the Grizzled Young Veterans working over Pete Dunne for a little bit, working him over. Riddle comes in, crowd goes crazy. Riddle beats up the Grizzled Young Veterans for a little bit. Grizzled Young Veterans adjust, they go to ringside, the action breaks out to ringside. This tag team match had everything. This Dusty Cup final, it was so great to watch. Like, the things these guys did to each other in this match, like, for example, one spot, there was, like, Pete Dunne was on one of the Grizzled Young Veterans' shoulders at ringside in an electric chair, and then the other guy does a suicide dive out onto Dunne, takes him out, nearly killed him. Like, that spot came after the picture-in-picture, and that was, like, on the home stretch of this match, but, oh my god, so, yeah, anyway, so after, like, the 6 minutes after the first commercial, we got a picture-in-picture, during which Grizzled Young Veterans worked over Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne, really. That was nothing too special. From here, I love the way they did, like, the tag team psychology. For example, you'd have James Drake having Pete Dunne in a submission, so you have him in, like, say, like a camel clutch type thing. Then Matt Riddle would come in with Gibson's tag team partner Drake in a submission, and so it'd be like this real psychological kind of battle of tag team wrestling. It was just everything you could want. They did that spot, as mentioned, the electric chair suicide dive spot with Pete Dunne. That looked sick. I mean, the match just rolled on. Grizzled Young Veterans were in control as we hit the 2-hour mark for the NXT TV episode. This just... Oh my god. This match, if you can't tell by my tone, just so great. This was tag team wrestling done right. This, like, Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle both slammed a respective Grizzled Young Veteran guy. Then we got Matt Riddle going up to the top rope. Pete Dunne also went up to the top rope for this spot. Just great stuff. Pete Dunne hit a moonsault off the top onto, Drake, and then we got Matt Riddle hitting a moonsault to Gibson. Matt Riddle was hyping the crowd up. The crowd was going absolutely nuts. The crowd was going crazy. Pete Dunne, he gets a tag in. Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne, they do their tag team finisher. And 1, 2, 3. The Broserweights win the Dusty Cup. This was epic. The crowd went absolutely insane. Like, that finish, just 23-minute match between these teams. An epic tag team match. Your 2020 Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic winners, Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle. I couldn't be more happy for them. These two guys definitely deserve this. Pete Dunne, after what happened where he was, in that kind of three-way feud with Killian Dane and Damian Priest for like 3 months. Like, we've been there, done that with that storyline. And so he moved on to this. Matt Riddle, he was kind of floundering a little bit. He was in that Team Ciampa vs. Undisputed Era thing for a while. He found Pete Dunne. They became a tag team, the Broserweights. I think the Broserweights, if they win the tag team championships, or in my opinion, when they win the tag team championships from the Undisputed Era at Takeover Portland, it'll be this incredible moment. I can't wait to see that. It's going to be so great to see them as tag team champions. Like, this was a perfect end to NXT. Just great stuff. Pretty much, the Broserweights are so over. And the ending with the moonsaults and the tag team finisher, 1, 2, 3, they win the Dusty Cup. Couldn't be a more deserving team. Not that they're really established, but from what we've seen in the past couple of weeks, they deserve this. So they close the show, the Dusty Cup's in the ring, the fireworks happen, everything, we go off the air, pretty much on time, like only a couple of minutes past the top of the hour, so that was NXT for January 29th, 2020. Really good show. Much better than AEW this week. This show, the last hour 20 were just phenomenal. Everything about the last hour 20 I loved. The first 40 minutes, they were good, they weren't that bad, but I just wasn't a fan of Balor, Trent Seven, or the stuff they did with Shotzi Blackheart and Deonna Purrazzo, but that's just my personal opinion. Many people probably love this show. The last hour 20 I love personally, so all in all, I'm giving NXT for this week an A-. I thought this was an excellent NXT TV episode, so, I mean, the Dusty Cup final, the stuff with Tegan Nox, Dakota Kai was everything it needed to be. Ciampa and Cole was an epic segment, so that's my review for this week's NXT. If you like the video, be sure to like, comment, sub. See ya.